Hello you guys, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new. My name is Katie and I'm a wedding photographer here in the lovely state of North Carolina. And today I did it. I made the leap. I officially have upgraded to mirrorless. Crazy, okay? But I really wanted to talk about the differences between DSLR, mirrorless, why I chose the camera that I chose, like why did I upgrade to this specific one, and other things to just kind of consider when upgrading to mirrorless. We're gonna go over all of that in this video. So just like a quick Google search, difference between DSLR and mirrorless, the biggest one is like the mirror, the camera. So a typical DSLR camera, the light will bounce off of a mirror, or the image will bounce off of a mirror, and that's how it captures. Mirrorless, it doesn't, it's more digital. So I kind of think of what you would think of a normal digital camera, where you see the image and it just kind of takes it, versus, you know, like growing up when we had just like little pocket digital cameras versus like a more professional DSLR camera. That's more of like what a mirrorless is, but the quality of the mirrorless cameras have come a long way than the lime green one that I used to have in middle school, where I would take pictures of like I would take mirror selfies and like have my nails. Anyway, the quality has gone up a whole lot, and because it doesn't have the mirror in it, the camera itself is a lot lighter because you don't need as much stuff inside the little camera body, so it's a lot lighter. The images are really, really great. It's full frame, and I just think overall that's where the industry is going. And I don't just think that, I feel like everybody kind of thinks that. The industry is headed to mirrorless, and I can tell you how everyone kind of knows that. A big reason is just the releases of new mirrorless cameras. I feel like companies, Nikon, Canon, I don't know a lot about Sony, sorry, or any other ones, but Nikon and Canon, they're releasing more mirrorless cameras. I've just seen a lot more of those come to market than DSLRs. Not that they aren't releasing any new ones, but I feel like they're really hammering home the mirrorless ones now. So I do think the trend is going more towards mirrorless. Now I will say, mirrorless cameras are not cheap. A brand new, I mean, let's look it up. The newest, what is it, the Canon R5, isn't that the newest one? It is $5,000. $4,999.99 on Best Buy right now, the Canon R5. That's $5,000. I don't know the newest Nikon one. I know that I was looking at the Z6 Z6 II. I don't know, that one's like $2,000 to $2,500 as I'm looking right now. About $2,000. These cameras are an investment. Not that the other ones weren't, but you could find a pretty good DSLR camera for around $1,000. The mirrorless ones are gonna put you over $1,000, if not over, like what, the R5 is $5,000. Like, whew, that's a really expensive purchase. So I want to talk you through kind of my process, why I decided to upgrade to the mirrorless camera I did, why I liked it, and just things that I thought of. So in case you're moving towards mirrorless, if that's something that you want to do and you want to try, then hopefully this helps you. I have it sitting right here. Dun, 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 dun. I decided to upgrade. I'm a Nikon gal, so I upgraded to the Z5 mirrorless. And now, hold on, let me take everything off of it. I don't know why I didn't do this to begin with. Apparently I'm not that prepared for things. Oh my. Okay. Because there's like pieces to this, right? There are layers. Layers like onions. Or ogres. Here it is. I upgraded to the Nikon Z5. Here's what it looks like. Super small. Sometimes when you spend a lot of money, like, I don't know if you're like this, but I want it to feel substantial. I want it to feel like it costs that much. It's kind of small, but so freaking light. Super light, really like it. So I'm gonna tell you why I decided on the Z5. And it kind of is broken up to a couple things. Yes, price point. This is cheaper than even the Z6 or the Z6. Is it Z6 II? is it the Z6 II or Z6II? Probably 2, right? Because that's Roman numeral. You know what I mean. So it's a cheaper option for sure. I'll make sure to try and put like screenshots of the different prices. I got this at Best Buy only because I wanted to pick it up the next day. That's just a personal preference, so I did pay a little bit more than if you got it on like Amazon or got it used or something. I wanted to get it new, and so I got it at Best Buy. So I'll put screenshots of the different prices at Best Buy. Okay, so I got this one, yes, because it was a little bit cheaper than doing the Z6 or like whatever, the Z6 II, the II. Probably 2. Going like to a higher level of mirrorless, this was a more affordable option, but also I looked at like the specs and like all the techie stuff, and honestly it had everything that I would need as a wedding photographer, so I would definitely do your research on this for sure. Some of these cameras can go like for a lot of money, so I thought this was a really great option for me based on what I needed it for. But another reason why I decided on this specific camera was because of the dual SD card slots, the dual memory card slot. The Z6, which I was debating the Z5 or the Z6 did not have the dual card readers, which is really important for me for weddings for a couple reasons. One, I like to have a backup. I've never had a dual card reader before, but it's nice to have a backup for all the wedding photos just in case. I mean, knock on wood, anything happens. But also if you're second shooting, you don't have to worry about having your photos. They don't have to send them to you. You can just do a dual reading situation and we're like, here are your pictures, we're good to go. So that was really important to me, but I would say a huge reason why I decided on the Z5 over the Z6 was because this is SD card. Now the dogs are barking, that is my life. The Z6 has a different kind of card reader. The dogs are just barking so much. I'll put a link on the screen here to show you the kind of card that it takes. I forget what it is, but I've already invested in some like pretty good quality SD cards, so I didn't want to have to start all over, because as you transition to mirrorless, you'll essentially be starting over, and I did not want to do that yet. I've mentioned this before, maybe I haven't, but like this is a huge purchase for me that was very well thought out, and I just can't afford to pay for a lot of this stuff just like when I want to, so this was very thought out. And if you're like me, you can't just upgrade to the best gear in the world. Like it's real money. This is a lot of money. I have to take it one step at a time, and I wasn't ready to start over on my SD card journey too, so I decided on the Z5. And another effort to also kind of not save money, but I didn't want to upgrade all my lenses to mirrorless either, so I had to buy, or I did decide to buy, this adapter. So this adapter, just you put it on your camera and then you can use all of your DSLR lenses. So I didn't have to upgrade any of my lenses, at least not of yet. So this was a great option as well. I'll put a screenshot of that. I believe it's like $200+, but I'll put a screenshot here just in case. Okay, so what's also great about mirrorless, I really like the display here. You can really see the image as it is before you take it. You don't have to always like go through the viewfinder, and like it's pretty accurate. I do like that a lot. As I was switching it to manual mode, like the two things I always do to my cameras is one, switch the image, like what it saves as, from JPEG to RAW, and the second is to turn off the auto ISO settings. I don't know why, they always put it on auto ISO. And as I was trying to figure it out, I was getting really frustrated with this camera. I could not figure out how to turn off the auto ISO. And it turns out that I was turning it off for the video portion, like for video, and not for the camera and pictures. So make sure that you're doing the right settings. It literally has like a picture of a picture, and then like a picture of a video, and I was on the video. Anyway, that's not important, but it was really frustrating, but I figured it out. Those are the two things I usually do when I upgrade or like get a new camera. So I did that, and I have not done a full wedding with this yet. I just got it, I think like last week. I've not done a full wedding, and I haven't even done a full session. All I've done so far is take pictures of my dogs, which of course I will put on the screen now. But I do really like it. It's full frame, mirrorless. I think the picture quality is really, really great. I'm so excited to use this for a wedding day. Like I'm I'm so pumped. Another reason why I went with mirrorless in general, not specifically this one, but mirrorless in general, is the low light capabilities as well. They're just better. Like, you can crank up your ISO, and there's grain, but not as much. Like, these puppies perform at just like absurd heights. Now, I don't like to crank up my ISO very high, but it's just another option. There's so many other like techie things, but I'm not a huge techie person. Like, as long as this camera does what I want it to do and gives me the pictures that I'm looking for, like, we're good. It's perfect. So like I said before, this upgrade, this purchase is not an easy one to make. This for me was very thought out. I did a lot of research. I watched a lot of videos, I read a lot of articles, and I really planned this out in my finances before I decided on this. Because I bought them both together, it was just shy of $2,000. Like, that's real money, and I want us all to acknowledge that that's real money. I think it's fine if you don't get the newest camera because you make the photos. You don't even have to upgrade to mirrorless, really. You make the photos as the photographer, not the camera. It's just a tool. So I'm really excited about this because, you know, I've worked it out financially. I've planned for this. I'm really excited to start on this mirrorless journey and take photos. And I really hope that my photos start to look exactly how I want them to. But that is all I have for you in today's video. I hope you found this helpful. If you did, please make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and please leave any comment down below about your experience with mirrorless, what cameras you have, or your experience with DSLR. Like, I still believe DSLR are good. I don't think they're gonna be obsolete. I still think they're great options, but this is the decision I made. So let me know your opinion down below, and I'll see you next time. Bye.